In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to create a system that customers can use to cancel their Shopify order directly from the Botpress chatbot. Hi, this is Alex from Moonside AI. Welcome to a new video on my channel. Today I decided to make some changes, as you can see in the video format, and this might probably be how the videos are going to be done from now on. And I hope you guys like this new style, and if you do, please leave me a comment. I'm really curious on your opinion, and also if you're gonna like the tutorial, and I'm sure you will because I'm gonna do a good tutorial, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe so that you don't miss videos or tutorials. To keep this intro short and to give you a little bit of a background, a few days ago I launched a chatbot specifically designed for Shopify stores, and I kind of want to share with you how I've done it. So the feature that we are going to tackle today is going to be, as I said in the beginning, the Shopify, the canceling order system. And if you want something more personalized and you don't know how to do it, you can contact me on my website. Also, another quick mention, all the links for the Botpress template and the make scenario blueprint is going to be included also down in the description. So, what do you need to create this system? First of all, you're going to need access to a Botpress account, and you're going to have to create a Botpress bot. Then you're going to need a make account, because we are going to use make to communicate with the Shopify store. And lastly, obviously, you're going to need access to Shopify store somehow, because you are going to have to install the make app on the store as well. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so the first part is going to be in the Botpress editor. So first thing that we are going to do is we are going to create a few variables. So the first one is going to be order number. The order number is the identification, I guess, number, which is unique to every order that you receive as a customer on your email once you place an order. So I'm going to create this variable and I'm going to make it a number. The next one is going to be the email address, and we are going to use the email as a way to validate that the order number that you've inserted is actually being placed by you. Then we are going to create one last one, and this is going to be a variable that we are going to use to store the response from the API call that we are going to send to make, and we are going to have to make this variable an array. So yeah, keep that in mind. So now it's time to build the nodes, and I'm going to keep this simple. The whole process is going to happen in this node. The rest of the nodes are going to be just to display messages and whatnot. So let's do the order number first. So we are going to add the number capture card, if I could see it. There you go, number. And let's disable the knowledge base, and let's keep this simple. I'm not going to complicate this too much because you can customize it, the text, however you want. And I'm going to store the result in the variable that we've created. Okay, next we are going to add the email capture card, and we are going to also store this one inside the variable like that. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a single choice card, just so that we are 100% sure that they actually want to cancel their order. And then we are going to add yes and no for the response, for the choices, and I'm going to disable the path for yes, because if they choose yes, I want the flow to continue downwards and not spread out to another node. So I want the flow to spread out to another node only if they say no, in which case we should just display a message. Okay, bye. Something like that. It doesn't have to be complicated for this tutorial. Great, and now comes the coding part. And as I said in the beginning of the video, you're going to find the template, and here is the code that we are going to use. to finish this code, we're actually gonna need the API link here, and for that we're going to have to switch to make. So first we are going to create a webhook module. Click this one, and then we are going to select custom webhook, and here we are going to add a new one and just call it whatever you want to call it. I'm going to save this, and then I'm going to copy the address to the clipboard. After you've done that, you can click OK, and we are going to go inside, we are going to go back to Botpress, and we are going to paste the webhook link in here, as you can see. Next, what we want to do is we need to determine the data structure that the webhook is going to receive. And to do that, we are going to click this button here, and then we are going to go back to Botpress, and we are going to use our bot, and let's say 1001 for this test, and then the email address like that. And now if we press yes, the data will be sent to the webhook, and you are going to see here successfully determined. After that, don't press the X button, don't press cancel, press OK, so that is actually saved. Good. So now we have successfully received the data from Botpress to our make webhook. Next, we are going to create a Shopify module. Select Shopify, and for some reason, there you go. Select Shopify, and then we are going to search for orders. And this is very important to search for orders, because first we want to check the order ID and the email inside the order, and then we are going to want to cancel the order. Don't cancel the order first, you need to check first. So we're going to look for the status here. We are going to select the open orders, not the closed orders or cancelled, the open ones. And then for the financial status, I'm going to leave it empty. And then for the fulfillment ones, we are going to check unfulfilled. And then we are going to set the limit to only one order. After that, we are going to click this show advanced settings here, and this is really important because we need to only filter the orders that have the order number that we inserted in the chatbot. And here we are going to type a hashtag, because inside Shopify all the orders have a hashtag in front of the number. So we are going to do that as well here. We are going to type hashtag, and then we are going to click the order ID here. The rest I wouldn't meddle with too much. I mean, it's up to you if you want to make something different, and that's all up to you, but I'm just going to show you how I done it. And here in the fields that we want to give back to make, we are going to look for email, and we are going to check this one here. Also, I forgot this, I should have mentioned this in the beginning. You need to create a Shopify connection. To do that, I'm actually going to show you right now. It's really not that complicated. You are going to click here on add, and then select Shopify, and then you can name it whatever you want to name it. And here you are going to have to insert the Shopify subdomain, and for my shop is this one. So they even show you an example here. So the original domain, so when you create a shop on Shopify, they're going to give you a subdomain. Then later you can buy your own domain and link it to the shop. But the first domain that you are going to get is going to be something like this one. So it's going to be be8 something whatever .myshopify.com. So you are going to only want to add these first characters. In my case is this string here. So then what I do, because in the past I had some issues if I didn't do this, so I go to the advanced settings, I then select everything, and then I deselect read and write users, because Shopify for some reason doesn't allow these permissions with make. I mean, I guess you can select only the stuff you need, but only the read orders and write orders. But for this, to make it simple and to be 100% sure that it works, I'm going to select everything else. So yeah, save this, and now Shopify is going to do its magic. You are going to have to install the make. It's going to prompt you after you click save. It's going to prompt you to install make on the store. You're going to do that, and then you're going to be good to go. After that, press OK, and now comes the logical part. Now we need to filter if the order is actually correct or not. And for this, I'm going to use a router because there are only 2 paths that we can take. And we are going to go here at the filter, and we can type a label, let's say valid order. And the conditions here are going to be total number of bundles, and I'm going to explain in a second what that means, is equal, and look not for the text operators, look for the number operators, the numeric operators, is equal to 1. So this module looked in the Shopify store, filtered through all the orders, and actually found an order that has the number ID that we inserted in the chatbot, right? And so we have a result, and if we have a result, it means that the order number was found, and we need to proceed forward and also check for the email address. And to do that, we are going to add another rule here and click this add and rule, not or, and here we are going to check if the email is equal, and this time we are going to use a text operator, if the email is equal to the email from the webhook. And then boop, we click OK, and that filter is done. Then we can do the other filter. So in case it didn't go through this one, it's going to go through this one, and this is invalid order. In this one we are going to do similar. Total number of bundles is equal to 0 this time, because if it didn't find the order number, then if it didn't find anything, then the order number must have been invalid. And for that we are going to create a webhook response. So what this means, let me actually do this first, and we are going to type here invalid order. What is the deal with the webhook response? So we send some data from the Botpress, then is going to go through this chain of processes, and then we are going to send back some data back to Botpress, and we are going to set that the order is invalid so that we can use this text to define what happens in Botpress. And now lastly, we want to cancel the order, so we are going to click again on the Shopify module, and then we are going to look for cancel an order. Select this, and inside this field here we are going to add the order ID, and this is separate from the order ID that the customer adds inside the Shopify, inside the Botpress chatbot. This is a number that it's used internally by Shopify, and as I said, is different from that one. So we're going to add this, and we're going to hit OK, and after that we are going to add another webhook response, and we are going to say valid order. Boom, there you go. And as a good measure, sometimes this is very hypothetical, but it didn't happen to me, but I guess it can happen. But sometimes Shopify may be down, and if it's down, then it's not going to respond. And if it's not going to respond, make will deem it as an error, and it's actually going to stop the scenario. Yeah. So to avoid that problem, we are going to add an error handler. And what this does, if there is an error inside here with this module specifically, then we are going to send a response back to Botpress, and we are simply going to type error in here. And I'm going to do the same for this one. This is just to be safe, and yeah. So this is the make side. This is most of the tutorial done. Now we are going to enable it and actually save it. And now we are going to go back to Botpress because we are not done yet. Let me refresh this conversation. And in here, we are going to add 2 expression cards. So the first one is going to check if the order is valid, and the other one is going to check if it's not valid. And how do we do that? We're going to use the variable workflow.result.data is equals, if it's equal to this text over here that we added inside make. And so if it's equal to valid order, then we know the order is valid, and this is invalid order. And we are going to check if the text is equal to invalid order, just like that. And now we are going to send the flow to another node, and we are going to display some messages. So this is invalid order. I'm sorry, your order number or email address were wrong. Please try again. And now you can redirect the flow to the end to end the conversation, or you can simply start from the beginning, however you choose. There you go. So Botpress is doing something here, and I'm not sure why, but let me actually refresh the page. And there you go, finally it worked. And here we are going to also display a message. Your order was cancelled successfully. And I'm going to bring this to the end. There you go. And lastly, in case we get an error from one of these 2 modules, this one or this one, so if it goes to if it gives this error response, so if it's not, the flow is not going to continue to one of these to one of these 2 nodes here, we're going to add a message here and say something wrong happened, and then redirect the flow back to the start. And this is it. This is all you need to do. So now, to test the chatbot, what do we need to do? Well, first we need a valid order in the Shopify store, and I've already created one in here. So the number is 1008, and let's actually test the chatbot. So 1008, and the email is test@gmail.com. Are you sure? Yes, I am sure. Your order was cancelled successfully. And let's check Shopify, and as you can see, the order has been crossed out. And let's also test with an invalid ID. Let's type 1001. Yes, and I'm sorry, your order number or email address were wrong. So this is the tutorial. I hope you guys found it useful. If you did, I really appreciate it if you leave a like on this video. Also, make sure you subscribe so that you are up to date with all the videos or tutorials that I'm going to be posting in the future. Also, if you're a business owner and would like to have some custom chatbot or some custom automation done for your business and don't know how to do it, then the link is down in the description, and I'm looking forward to working with you. So yeah, this is it, guys. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.